Hey everybody, this is DJ John XPX. Sorry about that. I had a little technical glitch on my side. But on the phone, I got, of course, Mr. Luis Ramirez. And man, I tell you, those of us that are up in age, we remember him from back in the day and outstanding orchestra he had and putting out some great music. Good morning, Luis. How you doing today?
Good morning, John. Doing good, doing good. Getting ready for
Great.
a show this afternoon.
Yeah. You're, tell everybody before we forget, were you this evening?
Yeah, I'm going to be at the Southern Comfort Kitchen in the Port from 5 to 9.
That's right, and for everybody, yeah, Luis goes out there. He's staying busy. He's a busy man. I'm telling you right now. I don't know if he's as busy as him though.
Yeah, been blessed. Been having a lot of work. Work in Victoria, a place called Bird Dogs in Victoria, once a month at least, sometimes twice. In the Valencia, I've been opening for some groups in Corpus Christi at the Valencia, So I've been pretty busy. Did I lose you? Did I lose you?
Okay. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay. We're going to have a little battle here, I think, but that's okay. We'll work through it. I apologize. For those of us, that know you, know all the good music you put out, but give a little bit of a history to some of our listeners that are a little bit on the younger side.
Well, I'm sure their parents have heard or listened to or danced to a lot of music of my age with, Little Joe, Sonny, Ruben Ramos, and all those guys. So I'm kind of from that era. I had the pleasure of working with a lot of the younger groups, with Emilio Navaida and, open for him and a lot of local groups also. Houston has a lot of groups, and so some of the groups that are like the Galaxies are, still going.
Right.
And so recently I did a show in Galveston for the Dia de los Muertos, and saw a lot of my old fans there. Galveston was one of my biggest cities to work. We had a lot of following there in Galveston.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Especially back in the day.
Yeah.
I guess in Galveston it was Quinteros, and then also the Moody Civic Center. Yeah, right. And you did a lot of shows with Sonny Osuna as well.
Yeah, yes. I did a lot of shows all over the country with Sonny. In fact, we worked so much that we became real good friends, and he's my compadre, So
right.
I baptized one of his children. But
okay.
Anyway, so we're kind of best friends. We keep in touch. We talk maybe every other week, say how things are going and stuff like that. And he's still, in fact, he's going to be in Corpus Mother's Day. So he's still working. And just like Little Joe,
Yeah.
I say some of the good guys are still around.
You're right, and putting out some good music, and as you as well. So, of course, back in the day, you were with the Latin Express.
Yeah,
now,
the Latin Express.
And I had this question, so I want to go ahead and ask. There was a Latin Express out of Dallas. They weren't.
There was.
They were the same guys or part of the same guys from the original?
No. That was a whole different group.
Okay.
I don't know how we ended up with the same name, but they pretty much worked up north,
right.
And we worked mostly in this area, and we got to tour a lot also, So, but they worked the Dallas area, And
right.
I got to meet those guys. In fact, they played for Sonny's wedding, a few years back, and
Right.
I got to meet some of the guys, and said, hey, well, he said, you were the Latin Express from the South, huh? I said, yeah,
Listen,
yeah,
I didn't throw no gangster
So,
side like South Side.
yeah,
That.
yeah. And well, the other thing I think was on I had it was Luis Ramirez and the Latin Express, and
Right.
they just called themselves the Latin Express. So,
Right.
So it was, I guess people could just differentiate the fact that I had my name up front,
Right, exactly.
But,
And well, give us a little history on you and the Latin Express, on how y'all came to be, and all that.
Well, the thing is, it was really funny. Was happened? I was working with Johnny on Bell Hearts, and we were working a wedding in Moody Center,
Right.
and they had a wreck coming in. Johnny did with some of the guys in the band, and the wreck messed up Johnny pretty bad, and when it came up to we went ahead and did the wedding with the guys that we had, we kind of struggled, but we pulled it off. But Johnny was going to be laid up for months and months, so the guys didn't want to just sit around, and his family didn't want us to use his name, the Hearts, so we decided to form a whole new band. Did I lose you again?
Fine.
So we formed the same guys that were in the group. We formed a new band, and we called it the Latin Express. But like I said, it came to be because of job in Galveston.
Right.
But we we built on that from a small group to a bigger group.
Right.
And we wanted to be as good as all the other guys that are out there, the Latin Breed, Sonny and Little Joe. We just we're young and we're hungry.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I understand that one.
and then all the guys that I had were very talented. Had a lot of ideas, and I never held them back. Let's try this or let's try that. And I was always for it. So, and like I said, we were like, I would tell them, well, we could just shoot in the dark, man. We might hit something.
Right. Well, I had the privilege and pleasure to hear you guys a lot, and I always found you guys were very, music-wise, y'all were very, very progressive, and of course with the orquesta sound. Yeah. How many guys on the horn section? Was it 3 or 4?
I had, in fact, when I left, we had 6 horns.
Okay, you went to the 6 horns.
Yeah, we went 6 horns. But we started off with 3 horns, and we did a lot of the progressive stuff, with the 3 horns, But like I said, I had a bunch of talented guys that had their own ideas, and I'd never turn any idea down. Let's try it, If it works, it works. If it don't work, then
move on to the next project, right?
Yeah. So
because
but it was
so many.
It was a.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
No, I said the thing about artists, what they say is like a lot of times it's the song that's the hit that they never thought would be a hit. They didn't even consider it,
right.
and it's the one that takes off. And
right.
And back in the day, in the 45s, it was the B side, that hit. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's true. That's true.
You just never know,
Yeah, you never know. Like I say, I used to say, let's shoot the gun here in the dark. We might hit something. And a lot of times, people got off to it. Our ideas. And like you said, the band was very progressive, and a lot of groups started picking up the same idea. So, but the guys were talented, and and I'm very open-minded when it came to music, you know.
Right.
So, you know, I said we're like a bunch of wild horses, just run and see who gets up front.
Yeah. You know what? I want to go ahead and play one of your singles, and this was off the album.
Sure. Yeah.
And Piérdete Conmigo. How did that song come about? And how did that song come about? And give a little history on it, a little story.
Well, that song. I was in Corpus, and I was looking for a Tejano station, and I flipped it, and I found a Spanish station, and they were playing Vicente Fernandez, and that song was playing with mariachis. And I said, man, I listened to the lyrics, you know. I said, listen to the story, you know. And so the guy said, yeah, man, this is a nice tune. I said, man, that would be a good title for an album, you know. And the guys said, man, it is. So when we got back to Houston on rehearsal day, I said, okay, I found the 45 of that song, and then I brought it and I played it, and I said, okay, guys, let's come up with some ideas. You know, so that's how it became, man, you know.
That you say 45 because going back in the day is that, you know, you had to, there wasn't like really no chart music. I guess you could have found this one since it was Chente.
No, no Tejano chart music at all, man.
No.
You know,
yeah. So basically, you had to learn by ear. That's how you had to figure out the song by ear.
Everybody played by ear. Yeah, like I said, they were very talented, so everybody had a part, you know. Okay, you play this, and you play this, and you play this, you know, and that's how. But like I said, they were very talented, so it was everything was in harmony, you know. So Piérdete Conmigo, it took us about 3 or 4 days to really put it together, you know, with the ideas and we had a conga player, and I said, okay, let's add that to it, you know. So it was very progressive, and the guy said, man, I don't know if it'll sell. I said, well, we'll play it a few times and see if people will dance to it. If they dance to it, then it'll go. So after we got it down and we started playing it, people were dancing to it. I said, okay, so I think it's going to work.
All right,
we put it on the album.
All right, well, go ahead, and this is, of course, Luis Ramirez in the Latin Express.
Piérdete conmigo, ven a quitarme con tus besos la tristeza. Piérdete conmigo, que aquí en mi alma encontrarás solo nobleza. Piérdete conmigo para olvidarnos del presente y el pasado. Piérdete conmigo, voy a ofrecerte un amor que no has probado. Piérdete conmigo, dame siquiera una noche de tu vida. Piérdete conmigo, aunque mañana sea principio y despedida. Piérdete conmigo, que con cariño yo sabré corresponderte. Piérdete conmigo, que tengo miedo de morir y no tenerte. piérdete conmigo, dame siquiera una noche de tu vida. Piérdete conmigo, aunque mañana sea principio y despedida. Piérdete conmigo, que con cariño yo sabré corresponderte. Piérdete conmigo, que tengo miedo de morir y no tenerte.
Oh yeah, and that was Luis Ramirez, and of course I got him online, what we call the interview icebox, and that was a sweet song back in the day, man. And even now, it fits in. It just fits in even now. That song has what they say aged well.
Yeah, it has.
You know, and we were talking off mic, and I was saying I haven't seen that title come across, and I get a lot of music because they're promoting. You know, the promoters are sending us the music all the time from new artists, right. And I just got a new release from David Modest the other day, which we played earlier. So, and that title has not come across. So don't be surprised it gets picked up. So
yeah.
The lyrics are beautiful.
It wouldn't hurt my feelings.
Yeah. Hey, of course, you were in the Tejano world, and then at one point you decided, hey, I'm going to try something new. Give us a little bit of history on that, because you've been around and did a lot of touring.
Yeah. Well, I did a show with for the Vietnam veterans in Houston, along with Little Joe and Roy Head, and after the show, Little Joe called me to his bus, and I went up there, and he said, man, he says, take this with a grain of salt. I said, what's that, Joe? He said, man, your versatility is out of this, you know, it's good, man, and, you know,
right.
It's awesome. He said, I would try a new genre for you. You know, if I were you, I would try a new genre. And I said, well, really? He said, yeah. He said, see, I think you would do good in country. And country music wasn't really, you know, it didn't never really grab me, you know?
Right.
And so I started playing more country, you know, and then it finally grabbed me. And before I knew it, I was in the Nashville area, trying it out, man. So, and it paid off. I got the compilation CD, and I got a lot of write-ups about like the tunes there in Nashville. And in fact, I ended up being good friends with a guy that produced there in Nashville, and he told me, he says, whenever I get married, I want you to sing at my wedding. And I said, sure, man. So his wedding ended up at Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas. So I did his wedding, and that CD was played pretty much in Europe, more so than here, because you know,
right.
Luis Ramirez, you know. See, it doesn't really.
You should have been. You should have went to. You should have went Louis Ram or something like that.
Yeah. So, but it was a good ride. I got to do a lot of shows. I got to do Tahoe in Vegas, Nevada, San Francisco, Planet Hollywood in Hollywood. So the country music did good for me, you know. And then I just realized I want to get back to my roots, man. You know, after 6 years, you know, of doing it, right. I said, it's time to
Time to come.
go
It's
back
time to come home.
Oh, it's time, yeah. And like I said, I was living in Tennessee, you know, and in Louisiana. So finally, when my dad got sick, I said, nah, I got to get back home. So, and like I said, Tejano music has always been in my blood. So.
Right, exactly. Well, yeah. And the thing about Tejanos is that